honored by your presence. Family and friends, service members, thank you for coming today. You know, today we're going to commission a second lieutenant in the Army. But before I do that, I'm looking around the room. I know there are a lot of folks in here who have worn uniforms of different services. I would like to ask all of the veterans and active duty military to stand up and be recognized by a round of applause. You know, in my 27-year military career, I've officiated probably hundreds of ceremonies. Promotions, re-enlistments, enlistments, changes of command. Some of them really stand out. I get to promote a good friend of mine to colonel after I retired. Took a couple of young Air Force airmen up on the top of, out in Hawaii, out on top of Diamond Head. Marched up at sunrise, did a promotion ceremony for them to staff sergeant. Got to stand on the ramp, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, at sunrise out in front of a C-5, promote a tech sergeant to master sergeant. A lot of those things stand out, but I got to tell you, today's a tough one. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me if I get choked up. Just be patient. You know, I spent my entire Air Force career saying, yeah, I'm from the home of the infantry, that's why I'm in the Air Force. Somehow, I lost control of that narrative, and Taylor stands here today to be commissioned back in the Army. It's been a long and eventful summer for us. Many of you know the young man over there got shot in the head in the springtime, graduated from the police academy. We've had college graduations, we've had 2 weddings, and now we come to today when we get to commission our middle son as a second lieutenant. It's been a long road for him. When he graduated high school, we lived in Hawaii at the time. And instead of going to college, he asked, we knew we were moving to Germany. He asked if we could go, if he could go with us. So he spent his year after his high school graduation living with us in Germany, working, doing some college work. And during that time, had really had his heart set on going to Liberty University up in Lynchburg, Virginia. I told him, I said, look, you know, you got to figure it out. And without really any help from us, Taylor found his way to an Army ROTC scholarship, did all the paperwork, did all the interviews, rounded up Army officers in Europe to do that. Went off to Liberty, 4 years and a couple of months later, a little extra. Here we are today. The oath of office I'm going to give him, and I'm trying to keep this short because I know I'm standing between you guys and lunch, but the oath of office for a commissioned officer in the United States has been around since the Continental Congress. Very little changes. If you go back and look at the original text, some minor changes in some of the wordings, because some of them were the old English things that we wouldn't really understand today anyway. But the oath, when you listen to the words, the oath of office doesn't say I'm going to support the president, doesn't say I'm going to obey orders. It says I'm going to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Mm-hmm. In today's world, that's a significant oath to take. Mm-hmm. You heard Brother Mickey talking about the assault. Religious liberty and liberty in general is under. Think about the folks who have joined our military since 9/11 knew they were joining a nation at war, joining the armed forces, knew they're subject to deployments, to go into combat, and still voluntarily stood up and made that decision. So today, I'm going to give the oath to Taylor, his mother and bride, Opinel, second lieutenant, and hopefully the war in Afghanistan will be wound down and we'll be out of there before he has an opportunity to go over there. So, a little Marco Rubio here. Taylor?
That was better than Marco did.
If you would, join me. Let's get this over. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Taylor Manning Brethren,
Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States,
having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States
in the rank solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. So help me God.
Oh, stand for picture. It's okay, I got it. I can't find it. I got it. You got it. Okay.
I don't have a lot to say. Primarily, I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. First, I want to thank my parents, Dad in particular. The example you've set over the years is a lot to follow up to. I hope to do my best in the military, in family, and in everyday life. Live up to the example you've set. Thanks to all my family for being here to support me. This is a special moment for me. I'm glad you're here. To the church family for staying. It means a lot. To Mike for emceeing for us and keeping everything together. Thank you, Master Sergeant Smith, for participating today. And most significantly, I want to thank my wife, Jessica. You're a great source of support for me. Keep everything together.
Now we've got the first salute. The first salute is a tradition that represents the relationship between NCOs and junior officers. New lieutenants lean on the experience and wisdom of NCOs to train and prepare them in leadership. By tradition, a silver dollar is given in exchange for the first salute. To new officers, it represents the respect found in one's newly earned rank and position. The significance of the silver dollar salute is that the new officer must buy his first salute as he has not yet earned it by nature of his deed alone. Master Sergeant retired Peyton Smith will be delivering the first salute to Lieutenant Redmond.
You've been bossing me around for 3 years. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if you would please join us in singing the Army song.
Rolling along, proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way, and all the days on its song. 2, 3. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. We will go, then the army goes rolling along.
Thank you, everybody, for attending today's ceremony. Have a great day.